My name is Shalandra White, and I am 25 years old. I was born and raised in Baldwin County. I graduated with an associate's degree in nursing, and I am now pursuing my bachelor's. I am happily married. This is my unfinished story. So it all started when I was about 12 and a half, 13 years old. This man who was a very close friend of the family at the time coerced me with money to have sex with him, to give him my virginity, pretty much. And I said no. The first time I said no, no. But he was so persistent and just kept asking. And at the time, I'm 12, and I don't really understand the value of what I have, what I possess, and why is he so persistent about it. And so I gave in. The incident happened at his home. I remember getting so drunk to the fact where I barely knew what was going on. I guess to kind of numb me to what was about to take place. I barely knew what was going on. And so I know he led me into his bedroom and helped me take my clothes off. And he performed oral on me. I had never experienced that or anything like that in my life. I'm 12. So he performed oral on me, and then actually that led into the actual act of penetration of having sex. So this continued on for about a year and a half or so, and I never said anything to anybody about it. I never said anything until I was about 15, 16 years old or so, when I actually opened up and told someone about it, what happened. I ended up, after I actually shared it and told someone, I ended up getting therapy or counseling, I think for about a year. For about a year or so, I had therapy sessions, and that really helped me out a lot with it. My emotions were, I was definitely scared at the situation, just in general. I was very scared. I felt ashamed, embarrassed, manipulated, used, just a big bowl of emotions. I felt sad and confused at the same time. I just felt a whole bunch of emotions at one time, and I was just kind of numb to reality. Some mental battles or obstacles I had to overcome with dealing with this were definitely counseling and therapy, where I had to actually talk about what happened, and it's like you kind of forced to relive it and think about it, dig it up, after suppressing it for for about 6 years, because I didn't get counseling until I was 17, 18. So for about 5-6 years, having to dig it up and actually talk about it and relive it and allow myself to go through all of those confusing emotions again, and learning how to see myself as the young woman or the young lady that I was intended to be at that time, instead of just feeling or seeing myself as just a person that's just has no value. It was definitely hard. I remember actually for years I actually couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. I couldn't even look at myself naked in the mirror because I hated what I saw. It was hard to actually look at myself and actually say, wow, how could somebody actually love me when I come with all of this stuff? Or, of course, how can somebody actually do that to me or to people? Because I know that this has happened to other people, men and women as well. So it's like, and even like learning how to actually see myself, like I said, as the young lady that I was supposed to be. And so therapy was definitely a challenge, because it, like I said, it forced me to excuse me, because it really forced me to actually dig this stuff back up, and to actually talk about it, helping me get through this. Definitely therapy. Like I said, therapy. Also at that time, I was a dance girl for my high school team, and that really created an outlet for me, like a way where I could pretty much dance my problems away. You know, game night, pep rally, whatever, like I lived for it. Like to other people, it may have just been an extracurricular activity, but for me, it was actually like a coping mechanism. Like I was diehard serious about dance, and this is why. I mean, not to mention I love it. I still do, but at this time, it was more, had more importance for me because of what I was dealing with at home or internally. So doing dance definitely helped me cope with that, along with like I said, therapy, of course, and also my therapist was a woman of God, and not only did she go by, I guess, the rule book or the guidelines or however that they have to do, by her being a woman of God, she incorporated faith with it. And so she really helped me, I guess, really start my walk with God, my faith journey. So that definitely helped me. And of course, at that time, I'm still young and a real deal babe in Christ, for real. This experience definitely affected how I dealt with relationships and how my life was. I was, of course, began to be very tough and hardcore because I felt this will never happen again. I'll never let anybody violate me like that ever again. Like, that's not happening. Not really realizing that, yeah, I put up this hardcore facade or whatever, but it kind of came off as the opposite in relationships. Like, if my relationships with the guys that I had relationships with or what have you, yeah, I put on this like hardcore tough girl type thing, but in reality it's like I was looking for something. Like, I was this little girl, this little 12-year-old girl looking for protection. And so it kind of came off, you could kind of see that in, I would say, I guess, like the guys that I chose in the relationships that I got myself into, because I was looking for someone who had like that protector demeanor going on. So it's like they could physically protect me, but emotionally they were just as bad. I did blame myself for the experience that I had. I did feel like I could have said no, and I should have told someone what was going on instead of hiding it or allowing myself to remain confused instead of going to tell, an adult, my mom or my parent or something. So I do think, I do feel like it was my fault that I feel like I allowed it to happen, and I allowed it to continue to happen instead of just telling. My relationship with God helped me to forgive the guy as well as myself. I don't feel like it was my fault anymore. Like, I don't feel like I'm to blame. My relationship with God now, he's definitely taught me who I am. I'm beginning to see the purpose that God has for my life. I'm now married, happily married. I'm so grateful that God allowed me to marry such an amazing man. I'm now back in school, just started school. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree. And just every day that God allows me to walk through life, I see more of his plan and purpose for my life unfolding before my eyes. For anyone who has shared the same experience as I have, I would just like to encourage you not to keep it in, because the more you hold it in and keep it in, the more it weighs you down, the more it causes damage. So I would definitely encourage you to share it with someone, to speak out about it, so you can at least start the healing process. And I just want to encourage you that, hey, it's not your fault. Whatever your situation, your circumstance was, it is not your fault. It was not your fault. You do hold value. You are very valuable. You're priceless, as a matter of fact. And it's just, you are still worthy of love. You're worthy of everything that God has for you. You're worthy of it, and it's yours. But I definitely just encourage you to speak out. Don't hold it to yourself any longer. Don't hold it to yourself.